CP ran it up.
Hello and welcome to Laura Kane After Dark.
Hi.
I'm Laura Kane. Are you okay? This is Eric Rimmer, and he just opened the show with, Are you good?
Yeah.
You're not, though.
My allergies are just killing me.
Oh, my God. You put the little things back in.
I might have to put my Kleenex back in.
What? How? Sudafed? Have you done Sudafed?
I took...
That helps with decongestant.
I took Benadryl, and then I was swinging stuff out of the bottle.
Are you about to fall asleep?
I might be.
No. Now he's really going to yawn.
Yeah, what type of Benadryl did you take? Did you take non-drowsy?
I don't know what I took. I just took Benadryl.
You took regular. You're about to crash.
Oh, no. Yeah. We better hurry.
Hurry
up and do this show.
When we opened the show, I'm pretty sure our audio caught the tail end of him going,
I know. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you're here.
Can you look at me with a straight face?
Let me try it. I feel so bad for you. That's what I do. I feel bad. He stuck 2 pieces of Kleenex in his nose.
I have a joke for you.
Okay. I won't laugh. I don't like jokes.
I know you don't, but...
Okay, go.
Just look at this face and listen to the joke. What has 3 balls and comes from outer space?
I don't know what has 3 balls and comes from outer space.
E.T. the extra testicle.
Come on. Really? Really? Did somebody tell you that today?
Did you like that?
No. You did. No, it's stupid. It's stupid.
No.
It is.
Oh, God.
If you need to keep those things in, it's totally okay.
I might have to. I have a whole roll of toilet paper in my bag.
Bring it over here because you're going to need it
within
within the hour.
Hold on.
Okay, go get it.
You should see what's in my bag right now.
I'm going to start talking about our good friend, Jay Wertzler. He is an amazing money manager. He really, truly cares about you, your money, growing your money, and your retirement. He really wants to make people comfortable in their final years, in your golden years. And if you are worried or concerned maybe that you are not making enough money or putting enough money away for retirement, Jay's your man. He will tell you where to put the money, where to invest the money, how to save the money, how to make your money grow. If you get an inheritance maybe, what are you going to do with that money right away? No, are you going to buy a house right away? Nope. What are you going to do? You're going to buy a car right away? Nope. What are you going to do? Buy a big Louis Vuitton bag right away?
Nope.
No. You're going to call Jay Wertzler at Capital Growth Inc. at this number.
858-552-6960. And he has a website.
Really?
A glorious website.
I didn't even know that.
It is www.capitalgrowthinc.com. He has an email that you can email him at. It is jayw@capitalgrowthinc.com.
If you have any questions about anything money related, even if it's a small question, email him, call him. He will answer it for you. Just tell him you heard us talking about him on Laura Kane After Dark. It's Jay Wertzler, Capital Growth Inc. He's the executive VP. He's been doing it for 35 years, and he's an awesome human being.
He is. We love Jay.
Thank you so much for sponsoring our show.
Thank you, Jay.
Okay. So do you want to go with your host chat first, or should I go with my host chat? Because my host chat is actually a phone call.
Oh, yes, you can go with yours first.
Okay.
Isn't your host chat waiting for us?
Yes, he is. But I gave him we'll call you in 10 to 20 minutes. I gave him a nice 10-minute buffer. So this is going to be George Mossy. George Mossy does a podcast about reality TV.
Excellent.
I saw he interviewed Kimberly, who we had on the show on Monday, Tuesday.
We love Kimberly.
And she loves this guy, George Mossy. He says he talks really fast, so we'll see. Let me call him right now. We're just going to call him and ask about reality TV. The only thing he doesn't watch is Vanderpump, so don't ask him about that.
God.
I know, but he knows everything else on especially TLC, all of those shows, which I love.
Well, then you'll probably be doing most of the talking.
Well, you can ask.
Might be better if he doesn't sniff everywhere.
I know. George?
Hey, guys.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, George.
How are you?
Good. You're on Laura Kane After Dark right now. Thank you so much for being on with us.
I appreciate it. I'm excited to talk to you guys.
Well, we had Kimberly on here on Tuesday or Tuesday. And you know what? She's become a friend of mine. And I know she's become a friend of yours. I saw that she was on your podcast and she speaks so highly of you. I thought we should have you on our podcast.
Oh, I appreciate those kind words from my bestie. Yeah, we became really...
that's right. I was supposed to say something to you. I was supposed to say, hi, bestie. Sorry. That was a message from her. So you guys...
Yeah, it's weird. I do the podcast and I talk about these people, and then sometimes every now and then we become really close, and it's really weird sometimes because I'll like be on the phone with my friend and then I turn on my TV and my friend is on the TV and it gets weird.
Who else are you friends with that's on TV?
Oh, wow. Am I allowed to say? Like, I'm close friends with River from the family Chantel.
Okay. I know that person.
Laura. I don't know if you remember Laura. She was on The Other Way, the original Other Way. She was with Aladdin. She's like a really good...
Of course.
Yeah, like a lot of some close friends. It's really interesting. It's cool because it's like I get to know the real them because I only got to see a little bit of their lives on TV. So it's kind of interesting to see what really happened.
We had Kimberly on and she wasn't allowed to talk about her show because of those dang NDAs. You know what I'm talking about?
NDAs are like the worst thing in the world. They're literally the devil. I hate them. They make it so difficult for us to get the tea. Like it makes it so hard.
We couldn't even say, can I say it now? You think? Yeah, she's not on. I couldn't even say 90 day. I couldn't even say the word 90.
Yeah, TLC doesn't even let people say like that they're on the show. They have to say like reality TV star. Like they own a term of the show. They're so strict.
How do you get people on then? You must have a way.
Well, I do have connections with some of the producers. So I'm known for not breaking NDAs. So my interviews can be trusted. So they do give me some interviews. But a lot of times I can't get them until the show is close to the end of the season. So sometimes I do have to wait.
So you talk about on your podcast reality TV mostly, right?
Yeah, mostly. I'm actually stepping into true crime soon, but that's an upcoming.
Ooh, we love that.
Yeah, it's an upcoming thing, but I'm excited about it.
When do you start doing that? And what is it going to be called? The George Mossy Show? What is it going to be called?
Well, this is going to be like a spinoff of, well, it won't be the George Mossy Show. It's a true crime show. I met a friend online who lives in Florida, and I'm moving to Florida this summer. And she's obsessed with true crime. And she was like, you should do a true crime podcast. And I was like, well, I don't know anything about true crime. So we should do it together. And someone who's on this current season of The Other Way is very interested in doing that with us. And since they're not a main cast member, they're the son of a cast member, they're going to be joining us as well. So I think it's going to be a really fun take on it because that person happens to be in law enforcement. So they're going to give their spin on it as well.
I know who it is already.
Yeah, I can't say yet, but
I know who it is. I feel that's going to be cool. That's going to be cool. See, the guys in here, we have producer Brian and my co-host Eric.
Hi,
and
George.
Hey.
They don't watch 90 Day Fiancé in any way. And I'm obsessed with the show. And so I come in and I can barely even talk about it because they get bored. And it makes me so annoyed.
Yeah, we're the worst.
You guys are the worst that you don't watch this show. It's so entertaining. However, what do you think about this season of The Other Way? What are your thoughts?
I'm entertained. You know, it's nothing like the OG season of The Other Way. And we've gotten some big names out of The Other Way, like Ariella and Biniam and Laura and Aladdin and what was her name? Nicole and Azen. Like, we've gotten some really big names. So I don't see any huge names coming out of this season. You know, I'm just going to be honest. But I am entertained. I think Osama and Debbie are the ones that are just keeping me guessing because the 67-year-old Debbie and the 24-year-old Osama, I'm just trying to figure out an end game. Like, what's going on?
64-year-old woman, I'm telling the guys, 64-year-old woman is with this 25-year-old guy who's from Morocco, right? And
Yeah.
she moved to Morocco to be with her lover, who she's only met via Instagram and then on the phone. She's 64. He's 25, and he
Wow.
loves her. We
Yes,
think.
Well, we don't know. She claims that she's never sent him any money. That's what I was saying. Like, I don't know the end game here.
Right.
So we're not sure what's going on. And she's older than his parents. And next week, we're going to watch her stay with his parents at their home. So it's going to get really awkward really fast.
Oh, God.
wow.
I don't know if I can even watch that. It's going to be so bad. And
Yeah, he's like much older than his parents, too. Not just by like a few years, like much older.
oh, no. And what about, okay, I love Gabe, the transgender guy.
Oh, amazing.
Nice person, seems like. No, you
Yeah,
would
he's
never
great.
know he was a woman ever.
No, everyone online keeps saying that. There's like, I don't believe him. And I was like, well, why would he make that up? He definitely was.
Exactly.
And he went through so many different surgeries. Like, I think he said over 10 surgeries just to become who he really is. I'm so happy that TLC is finally opening up the realms to let every representation of people and gender be on the show because they were so late in the game.
It's so brave of Gabe to be so forthcoming about everything, like so upfront about his surgeries and about his struggles and everything. It's really been eye-opening and really great. I really appreciate him and think he might come out as the breakout star of this. Who knows?
Yeah, I really do. If we get any breakout stars, it's going to be him because he's like leading the season with, it's the learning channel. And I've learned so much from Gabe in this situation. And it just opens my eyes to the things that we take advantage of. Like we don't even think of, but we don't feel that way. And we haven't gone through those struggles. So it just opened my eyes to what people could be going through that you don't even know about.
Gabe has a company where he makes fake bulges for to put in your underwear, or it's underwear that has a bulge in it.
I'm gonna buy one.
you should. No, it's for people that are transitioning and for women who are transitioning to male to make them feel like they have something down there until they actually get something down there. He says that was a major issue for him before he had his surgery. So now he makes these fake bulges, and he was just talking about how he makes them and his little workshop. It was really eye-opening. Like, would you ever think that would be a thing?
Did you catch the story of how it came to his mind was he was swimming and he was wearing like a sock in there and he jumped in the pool and the sock went one way and he went the other. And
no.
Can you imagine how embarrassing?
No.
Yeah,
terrifying.
Came about.
So you watch all the TLC shows?
Pretty much every single one. I don't have a life. Like there's maybe like I stopped watching the Sister Wives show because it just got to be very repetitive for me. But like basically all of them I do watch.
Okay, can you rattle off as many TLC shows as you can in like 15 seconds?
Okay, tell me when to start.
Okay, go.
Okay, Extreme Sisters, My Big Fat Fabulous Life, The Coppola Sisters, You, Me, and Your Ex, Brother, Husband, Return to Amish, I Am Shauna Ray, 1,000-Pound Sisters, 1,000-Pound Best Friends, MILF Manor, Unexpected, Love in Paradise, 90 Day Fiance, The Family Chantel, Smothered, I Love a Mama's Boy,
Strange
Dark
Sex,
David and Annie after the other day, Dr. Pepper Popper,
yeah.
God,
you're so good.
Dr. Pimple Popper. Do you know I was on a treadmill and that was on TV and I almost fell off the treadmill?
Can you watch that, George? Do you have a problem with that?
I can watch it. I do tell people, like, when it's on Instagram, they used to not put the little disclaimer. It would just show it. Now you have to, like, click, I want to see it now. And I was like, thank you, God, because you have to put yourself in the mood, you know, cut someone like that. Like, that is not something you can do during dinner or, you know, scrolling casually on your timeline. That's something that will really scare you.
Yeah, some freaks like that kind of stuff. I'm sorry if you're one of those freaks. I just called you a freak. But some people like love watching people pop zits. Like there's a whole like YouTube thing about people popping zits, and oh my God.
That's how it got a show. It started on YouTube.
Oh, that's right, didn't it?
She was a YouTube channel.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh my
God.
gosh.
She started on the YouTube channel and TLC picked her up and people loved it. I don't know. Oh, My 600-Pound Life. They do this too. They show you like the actual surgery. It's so horrible to watch. It's so scary because they're like cutting around in these people and you're like, dear God, I don't want to watch it. What if something goes wrong? You know?
I stopped watching My 600-Pound Life because it was just too sad because they always got fat again. Like they never, I just feel bad, you know? They went through all this trouble and they went through the surgery and then it doesn't work.
Well, Dr. Neff is like probably one of the best doctors out there because I've watched other variations of this type of show, like other shows with other doctors who do bariatric surgery. And Dr. Now is like the best with his success rate. He's super strict, but like you said, it's up to the person. Mm-hmm. He's only the doctor. The person has to want to stick with it. And a lot of times they'll stick with it for a few years and then they're back to it again. Actually, on 1,000 Pound Best Friends, they had a girl named Ashley. She just had her second bariatric surgery. She had one like 10 years ago, and it failed eventually, and now she got her second one, and she's going to try to do it again. And it's like that has to be so hard and traumatizing, type of surgery. I hate giving blood, okay? Like, going is insane. So the idea that she had to go through 2 bariatric surgeries just terrified.
You know what I'm not happy with is that new show with the woman that wants 2 husbands or 3 husbands. I just can't.
Oh, see, their husband. I love this. I'm obsessed, right? So I watched Seeking Sister Wife, and I was like, oh, these women hate this. This isn't fair. I want to see the shoe on the other foot. So now I get to see the women controlling the men and having their husbands like mad and angry at them. And I kind of like the switch of the power. Don't you like the switch of the power? I feel like I've always been.
I haven't watched it yet because I'm protesting, but maybe I should. You know what? I eventually will. I'm sure I will.
For women rights, I think women should be allowed to have as many husbands as they want because men have been doing it, right? Like, why can't women?
Why would we want more than one husband? But I don't know.
Well, the one girl on the show, she has one that cooks, one that cleans the house, one that builds things. You know, like they all serve different purposes.
Hey, okay. I'm getting into this now. Okay. I like it.
They bring money home to her as well. So, like, it did work.
Oh, hey, Laura's all into that.
Cooking, cleaning, everything, fixing stuff. I'm down.
Yeah, for sure.
3 people are not going to want to marry me. I'm going to be hard pressed to find one person who wants to marry me. I'm sorry.
I think we can find 3.
Okay, so George, when is your show on? Where can we find you? And when is the true crime thing starting?
Well, my show, the George Mossy Show, I post on Instagram. I post like 3 or 4 times a week. The 90 Day Fiance podcast goes up on Mondays, and then I do a Seeking Brother Husband that went up today. And I'm on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music, anywhere you can get your podcast under the George Mossy Show. Okay. And I have a website, georgemossy.com, where you can find all of my content. And I'm finishing off the Darcy and Stacey podcast. The finale was on tonight, so if you guys are into the Darcy and Stacey thing, so I'll be talking about that. Oh, and the True Crime podcast, I'm moving to Florida in June, and I plan on starting it right when I get there, because I'm also doing a YouTube page where we're going to go to an alligator park and pet alligators and do weird Florida stuff. So that's going to be coming too, which I think people will love. And
George, I have to ask you, and I'm sorry if this is offensive, but how did you get a blue check so fast? You got a blue check like really fast, or maybe you have been on Instagram for a long time and I just wasn't aware.
Well, I've had Instagram since like 2015, I guess, and I've just been periodically applying like over and over, and like within a week they'll deny me. They're like, oh, you don't qualify. And eventually I got like a Google knowledge board somehow. So like when you Google my name, like it's my podcast comes up and it like links to like 500 or 600,000 different things about me. And then eventually I got one, and I was just like, 'cause I actually didn't know I got one. I woke up and my phone rang, and like 50 people were like, congrats on your blue check. Oh my God, you finally got
cool. Wow.
And I didn't even know that I had it. And then Kim called me that day and she was like, so you weren't going to tell me that you got a blue check? You were just going to walk around and didn't have one? And I was like, I honestly didn't know. I was applying like every month though. Like they let you apply every month.
Okay.
And I did it for like
you did it for like a year?
Yeah. They did not all. And I was like, what did they want from me? I had like news articles. I have been on so many different podcasts. I have my own podcast. If you Google my name, there's like 700,000 hits. There's like 1 million images. I was like, I what do they want from me?
Yeah. Well, good. You got it. Congratulations. You deserve it.
Oh, thank you. I've been doing a podcast for 3 years. So I was like, I feel like I've worked really hard. I feel like I've earned it.
I feel you. I feel you for sure. Well, thank you so much for being on with us. We appreciate it. And is it okay if we call you if there's like something big bombshell happens on 90 Day? We must talk to you. Is that okay?
Of course. We
Okay.
will have to talk.
Okay, good. Because these guys won't talk to me about it. So I would love someone to talk to. Anyway, thank you, George Mossy.
Thank you,
Follow him
George.
at George Mossy and listen to his podcast. He sounds like a lot of fun. Okay. Bye, George. Thank you.
Bye, George.
Okay, I want to make sure it was.
That was awkward.
Oh, did he say goodbye? He didn't say goodbye. George, come on. Maybe he got like cut off or something. He sounds like a really nice guy. Anyway, Kimberly loves him, so I thought we'd have him on. That was
Yes.
poor guy.
Thank
Put
you.
those back in your nose, probably.
Oh, God.
Are you feeling like you're about to pass out?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a host chat? Do you want me to talk?
No, I do have a host chat.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you say it, or do you want to like
I
me to
can.
talk?
Do you need
Okay.
a minute?
Do you
You
need a
wanna recoup
minute?
for
Do
a
you need a
minute?
minute? You want me to? You want to go lay down? What do you want to
No.
do? Okay.
Real,
I feel so bad
lay
for
down.
you.
real quick, I do want to know, Laura, did you not know that you do have to request verification?
Yes, I did know. I
you
think
did
I
not?
have. Well, back like a year and a half ago, maybe we tried.
You should try again.
I know. Oh, it'd be so amazing to have a blue check.
You just have, as long as you have like a verifiable brand, you should be able to get it.
Oh, that would be so cool. Before your host chat, can we talk to Sam, the intern?
Yes.
I want to. He has a story to tell us about Lisa
Yes.
Vanderpump.
Oh, yes. I can't
I'm
wait.
excited.
Starting to feel like the Jeff and Jer show up here with all these. We've got all these different titles and all these different people coming. And
I
going.
know. Come on, Sam. Come on up. Now, I don't know if you should say where you work. I think maybe you shouldn't. Because,
Yeah.
right? Is that right?
Quiet. I want my job still after this.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think you want your job still. So you work somewhere in San Diego, where
Yes.
Sorry.
So you're fine.
Oh, my gosh.
you poor.
This is really funny to hear through the microphone.
I know.
It's
Oh, my
really
gosh.
loud.
Oh
Isn't
yeah,
it?
it's not
Yes.
obnoxious at all.
Not at
No,
all.
not at all.
You work somewhere where you are. You deal with the public.
Yes.
Okay, so
unfortunate.
you ran into Mrs. Vanderpump.
I did. So unfortunately, I am not a fan of the show, so I don't know anyone's name besides Lisa. So I know it was Lisa, and I had some gentleman with her. I assumed he's from the show.
Is
I
he
tried-
older? Was he older?
Older.
Like
and,
a lot older.
Not crazy older, but definitely had like gray hairs. Was going older.
I don't think it was
on,
the
doing his
husband
thing.
then.
I don't know who it was, but he was very closely affiliated, and there was no like bouncer or anyone watching, so he was at the table with her.
Okay.
So some sort of connection. But yes, I work as a restaurant employee,
Okay.
server.
Okay.
I basically get to see all the fun sides of back of house and front of house, and everyone who gets to stay at this fine little place.
Okay, so what was she like?
She was super in and out of it. It was super strange.
What?
So I basically went up to serve her. This was breakfast. So maybe like breakfast lunchtime, maybe like 11 a.m. ish. It's time to wake up. People have had coffee. People are out doing things. She walked in like not slurring her words, but definitely not aware of what was going on, or maybe just woke up just kind of in her own world and had her escort or gentleman with her, and he just was in his own world as well.
Did they have a dog with them?
Yes.
Okay.
They did have a dog. The dog was not nice.
Okay.
The dog definitely barked many times, had to have his own seat at the table, like he had his own chair. We made sure of it. I had my managers like watching every minute of it, making sure, because you gotta watch your covers. She ordered the shakshuka.
What's that?
So shakshuka is like a tomato deep dish like soup thing. So it's basically onions, tomatoes, like sauce, but just with a side of pita bread instead of like noodles. It's really kind of sad, but people like to eat it skinny. It's the way of life over there. I
Okay,
get
I
it.
see.
It fits everything else that we serve there. But she ordered the shakshuka, and I remember her taking 2 bites because as a server, you're watching deeply. You have to do the 2-bite test. You put the food down. You say, "Is everything okay?" They go, "Okay." You drop the food. You walk away. You let them take 2 bites, and you come back, or at least you watch their facial to make sure nothing's too salty, nothing's too weird. They don't like it, because you'll be able to tell in the first 2 seconds, depending on like what their facial reaction is. I've never watched a woman not like a dish so much.
Oh no.
It was wild. She was very fine about it. She didn't go over dramatic, but she definitely like pulled up the napkin, put it away, didn't touch the rest of the dish. And like, one of those where I'm sitting here startled because I don't make the food. I'm just here to serve it as the person. I go back there. I'm like telling my managers, rushing them out there. And, Lisa's very sweet about it. She was very organized. She just was not in the mood. She just went in and was like, I don't think this is it. And basically put her little like $50 bill down and walked out. And I never saw her again until later that night when the gentleman came by and was just a little slumped over later that night and just ended up in like the lobby of the whole place.
Oh my God.
And was just in and out. No Lisa anywhere to be found, but this gentleman who maybe he wasn't affiliated with any of it, but just in his own world, like knocked out on this chair.
Had it been Ken.
It was so wild. And, as someone who's not a diehard, I'm like not going to go out of my way. I'm going to make sure he's okay.
Yeah,
Somebody's
yeah.
checking in, but like I'm not old enough to handle this. I can't do it. Wow. And so that was my fun little like 20 minutes with Lisa Vanderpump.
Who else have you served?
Have a giant list.
Oh
of people.
my.
Just to be like, I have points because I rank them.
You keep a list and you rank them.
I keep a list of everyone I've served, like celebrity-wise,
Okay,
just because
I
it's not
love this.
every other week. It's not that often. I don't want to sound that privileged. It's just more like the random times they do, I get jump scared. And so then it's like, oh, okay. And so then I
Okay.
found out from other employees that this is kind of like a normal thing. Or like
Okay.
sometimes they just show up for little things. It's like C-list celebrities.
Okay, let's see.
I have Cyndi Lauper.
Oh, that's amazing.
She
What score does she get?
she's probably the lowest.
Oh,
She's
no.
like, she's low. So she was super sweet as a person to me as a whole, but I have another server who works with me and she was helping me out that day. I got caught up in a few other tables and Cyndi was never like second guess, but I'm prioritizing her over everyone else. All the food's coming out for her before anyone else. We're making sure this is happening. This is going to be good. I walk over. We serve like basic coffees, nothing specialty really. It's just like basic latte, coffee, cappuccino, Americano. That's it. No flavorings. I don't have specialty anything. She wanted a like specialty matcha tea latte. That's what she said.
Okay.
I don't have matcha, unfortunately, as it's sad, but I have green tea, which is a very close line to it. And, I tried to explain to her, I was like, unfortunately, I don't have like the green powder matcha, but I do have like green tea. We can do that, some milk. We can make it like close to it, or I can try to make something on that. Because there's nothing even in this resort close to it. No, there's no store nearby. We don't, like, there's nothing walkable. She's just like, what do you mean? I was like, well, I can do like a matcha. I can try to find tea at the other place down the street and like run down there, send someone to come back and make it. Or I can do like a hot tea with like a side of milk. She's like, okay, I'll do both.
Okay.
Okay.
So you had to
sure.
run?
I'm not going to ruin it because I have to take care of this woman. I'm making sure she's getting everything. I send my little busser down the road to go get it. Comes back like 10 minutes, like 5 minutes later, like booking it because I sent him like, this is important. This is priority people. Makes it back. And so, when you say yes to both, I'm assuming a matcha tea and a hot green tea
Correct.
with the side of milk. That's what I reread to her before I left. I got so caught up with another table, they needed to see me. So I sent my other server to go drop off this hot tea. She dropped off the hot tea. 2 seconds later, it is a screaming match of just, she vocally just was very loud and aggressive about why it looked that way. What was this? How was it not what she expected? And once again, I go right over. I'm totally taking blame because this is my fault. This is my fault for, I guess, misunderstanding. But I go back. I'm just like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I have them working on the matcha right now. I thought we were under the same agreement of like what this was. I'm so sorry. She turns to me. She's like, this is not at all your fault. This has never been your fault. And she starts blaming this other woman, the other coworker who I've sent to deliver it. It was so sad. And so, this other server has been there for so many years and has so much more experience on me. And I'm just sitting there. I was like, I'm so sorry. You're going to have the bad label on you today. I'm sorry. I can't handle that.
my
From
God.
Cyndi Lauper. I can't handle that today.
Okay, who else?
I did Nick Kroll, so Big Mouth, the big comedian who gets faced after. Funniest guy I think I've ever met. Truly just walked in, ordered donuts and a coffee, and like literally for a high-end resort, that's the strangest like order to come in all this way to get and just walk out. It was 2 seconds long, a 2 second long interaction. I'm like, he walks in. I'm trying to figure out who this man is because the face is so recognizable. If you see him, you know exactly what I mean. It's very fitting to the show. Super sweet, made a bunch of jokes, and just kind of had this like little like walk on his way out, like a little giddy up for whatever reason. That's the best way I can like put it. He was so like, I don't want to say into a bit, but he was so like himself. It's crazy. Like, he's so in his comedic worlds that it's kind of all revolved in what's up here. That outside when he's like wandering in life, it's crazy.
Is there anybody that was just plain weird?
I'm trying to think of like weird options.
Or anybody that's like
had-
super famous?
I had Ed Helm like last week.
I met Ed Helm. I love him.
So Ed Helm.
Don't talk bad about Ed Helm.
He was an absolute gentleman. He
Nice.
was wonderful. He came in for breakfast,
Good.
but my worry is that I don't watch The Office, so I'm a bad person. I just was so painfully
Have you
unaware
ever
of
seen
who
what's the
this
one?
was.
What's the movie?
We're the
Hangover.
Millers.
The Do-Over.
No.
The
The
Hangover.
Hangover. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
what it is,
I didn't
the
hear you
He's
say
been in a
that.
couple movies.
Yeah, he's been in.
He's done a few, and so I heard from all my other coworkers who are like mind blown that I'm serving this man, and I can't tell who he is at this table because it's now a 10 top of people. So there's 10 people sitting at this table. It's a full family. There's like 4 kids, wives,
And him.
husbands, and him.
Okay.
but he is not in his normal look. He's kind of like incognito in a sense.
Is
you
he
know?
with somebody?
He's with his whole a whole
That's
family
his
of
whole
10 people.
Oh,
I
wow,
don't like
okay.
as someone who doesn't know his family or know anything about him. I'm sitting here just like, oh, it isn't until I get his credit card till I notice, and I'm matching like last names and everything. Where I'm like, oh,
He paid for everything.
okay.
That's
He
good.
paid for everything.
Okay.
He had, I think, his mom there at one point. She was staying at a local
Okay, I
resort
love him even more
nearby.
now.
He was so sweet. Handled everything. Was super okay with how long food took because at a finer resorts, things take time.
Mm-hmm.
Food takes a little bit, especially if you come for like lunch or dinner. Things are very high executed. 3-tier towers of smoked lox and bagels, and then this full
Nice.
shakshuka platter. All these random things where you sit there and you're like, okay, like it lets you sit back and really respect them at the end of the day. Like, okay, like good for
Cool.
he knew what he was doing.
Well,
He was
thank
right.
you, Sam,
Yes.
intern Sam.
It's been a
Thank you
pleasure.
for being part of our show, and
It has
thank
been a
you
pleasure.
for watching us and learning from us. I don't know.
Thank you
You're
for
gonna
having
learn.
me.
You're welcome.
I'll do my goodbye.
You're welcome.
Thanks, you guys.
Did you do your host chat yet?
I don't remember.
Do you have one?
Uh-oh, we got another set of memory issues on the
Oh
show.
boy.
I can't do this again. I need at least one person.
Well, I had a reason. I had
a reason,
I had
too.
a major head injury.
And that was
think
a
I have
major pain in my
Did
ass.
I do my host chat?
Oh my god.
No, we did not do your host
Yeah,
chat.
no. Let's do it.
didn't.
Did you just fart?
No.
Oh my god! I heard something come from your
it was
chair.
not
He's going to snap it right
it
out
was
of his fall.
not that.
Okay.
I did not.
And anytime he's going to loop you, I'm just going to be like, Eric, did you just shit your pants by any chance?
I better
That'll wake him right up.
I better text you.
You just shit your.
God, I
Oh my
better
god! I'm sorry.
should I text you when I get home?
Oh my yes.
I
Do you want me to
took,
follow you?
I think I took the wrong Benadryl.
No, there's you took the
can
normal
barely keep my
Benadryl, which
eyes
is
open.
that.
What's
Oh
the
no,
pill bottle in front of you?
that's chest
That's
rub.
my.
Oh,
well, I
okay.
buy
Where's your
this
other
for my
stuff?
nose. Oh, it's all in my bag.
Go get it. Let's see what you got. What you took.
Normal Benadryl will
I
knock
took
you on your
NyQuil
butt.
and Dayquil.
You
Wait,
took NyQuil and Dayquil.
No, I bought NyQuil and Dayquil.
Okay, but you took the Dayquil.
I hope so.
You are not being responsible with your health. I'm not liking
No,
this.
I am. I just have to get rid of all my congestion.
he accidentally made lean up in his stomach.
I know he's something. He's totally high right
tripping
now.
right
He's
now.
so tripping. He's totally tripping. Oh my god. Well,
Birds.
I can. If you do, you want to share? You have anything to
what are
share?
you sharing?
I was just gonna read some stories. If you were I'm trying to save you.
Was your host
What do you
chat
want me to
good?
do? Yeah. Is your host chat good? Was it good? Is it gonna be good?
What?
Oh my god.
All right, Laura, go ahead and start.
Sure,
with,
sure.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
Guess how long it takes for somebody to make their first impression of you?
Like,
2 seconds.
Yeah, 5 seconds.
27 seconds. To sum you completely up, it takes 27 seconds for someone to do that. Just thought you'd want to know that. And there's a new study out that says that this is really good for kids. Something that I think you definitely will love. Dad jokes. Dad jokes
No.
are great for kids and growing
No.
up and learning. They think that this study says it's like really awesome for
I feel bad for your kids than you who hates all
I know.
humor.
I know my kids are all going to be all screwed up. And do you know how long we spend on average getting ready to look the world in the face, like to go out in how much do we look in the mirror every day?
Wait, like, is this getting ready or just looking in the
How
mirror?
much do we spend? How much time do we spend trying to become attractive for the day?
Like throughout the course of our lifetime?
Throughout the course of a day.
Oh, I would say on average probably about an hour.
Okay,
No.
that's good. What do you think?
Like, for me,
What do you think the average is? Men and women, everybody involved. What do you think it is?
I think women are more than men. It takes me about 10 minutes.
Yeah, but imagine all the little looks in the mirror you give and all like the little like oh, you just comb your hair back in place. I bet that stuff adds up.
Yeah. Like, how often do you look in the mirror, do you think?
Not often.
Really?
Some
No.
Do you look at
ladies
yourself in
also
the...
do like 2 hours a day. That's the average.
My
too.
God, no, I would never look in the mirror that much.
We spend nearly 4 hours a day trying to look more attractive.
No way.
A study found the average person spends almost 4 hours of their
No.
day on their appearance. It's not just time spent getting ready. It also includes things like grooming habits, exercising to lose weight,
Oh, well,
Sure.
okay. Well, working out. Yeah, I work out for like an hour or an hour and a half.
Oh, you're so self-centered, Eric. I can't believe it.
You're so vain.
Oh my God.
Eric, your eyes are like floating in a pool of water. Your eyes are so... I can't go on. I feel so bad for you right now.
I do too. I remember when I was like still working at fast food. Like I think 3 years ago, there was a summer where the pollen high was like record count, and I worked every day on Benadryl and was a zombie for like 5
my
Oh my
months.
God.
I don't remember.
I'll do one more story, then we're going to end because I want you to go home. Do you want me to follow you home?
No, you don't need to
Are
follow
you
me.
sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want you to get pulled over and like maybe like
She's gonna be running behind your car as you putter along like
Oh
5
my
miles
God.
an
I know.
hour.
I'd be like driving
Totally.
Miss Daisy. I'm like,
I
oh
know.
my
You're
God.
gonna be on the freeway going like 30.
I'll probably get into my car and just pass out. Just look for me tomorrow when you.
Oh no!
Someone honks at me. He's like, "Fuck off, bitch! I'm going."
Yeah, probably.
Okay, this is one can't miss solution to when you're arguing with your partner.
Going to
Okay.
bed.
No. If you are in an argument with your significant other
Okay.
and it's getting heated, get naked.
Okay.
Boom. Solution.
really?
There you go. Done.
So
it's
that
over.
might piss them off. I feel like
I
if you're
don't.
a guy.
Well, don't you think that if look, I'm yelling at you right now.
Yeah. If I
Listen-
get naked, you think that's gonna fix the problem?
I think it'll make me smile because it'll make me like kind of laugh.
I
Maybe
think you'll go, "What the?"
I'll be
No.
like, oh my god.
I don't think so.
Okay, so if I'm like, okay, Brian, whatever, you weren't home when you said you were going to be home, and I'm not okay with
and
that.
I'm like, "Oh,
okay?
boom, whatever."
Boom, boom,
now
boom,
my
boom.
dick's out. Oh, what do you guys say about that? I don't think that's gonna work.
The next time you yell at me, I'm just going to take my clothes off.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Do it.
If you're a woman though and using that tactic, yes, that will work 100%.
Because guys love boobs.
yeah,
But
100%.
If
but
your guy drops trowel, that's funny. It's going to make you
not
laugh.
necessarily. I don't think that would be funny for
I
everybody.
don't think it'll make you more
I
angry.
think a lot of women that would make them more angry because they're like,
think?
"Oh, you don't want to talk about this? You're just trying to distract me by taking your pants off." Yeah,
And waving your wiener in my
Yeah.
face.
I don't think that would work. Often.
See, I don't know. Maybe you're going too
it'll work
easy.
for women 100%. They can, pop their
And then you guys are like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
guys are like, "What were we talking about?"
I know, right?
For sure.
All right, I have some more stories, but we're going to keep them. I want you to go home, get some sleep. I love you that much.
I love
we need to
you.
stop because you need to go home, go to bed.
I love
and I'm not
you.
going to do this
I feel
by
kind of
myself.
bad now because when Laura was out of it, we just chugged on right.
I know we did. We took her to the.
Can't give a shit.
We took her to the hospital.
Oh, that's right. You
We
did.
did give a
We
shit.
did.
First of all,
You did.
Imagine trying to tell you we need to we need to end the show early. You would have had a heart attack on top of your head injury.
Yeah.
I would have been adamant. No. I would have said, no, why? Why?
Exactly. And then you would
You
have
did.
fired all of us.
Did I?
Yeah.
Did you try?
We tried to end the show, and you were like, "Let's
that's
film
right.
it."
No.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I'm in trouble. All right. Thank you, Jay Wurtzler.
Thank
Couple of
you,
birthdays.
Jay.
Thank you, George Mossy, for being our special guest.
Thank you, George.
Thank you, Brian, for putting up with us. And
Thank you,
It's
helping the
Sam.
show.
It's a feat.
Thank you, Sam, for your stories and stop it. And thank you. Ow, that has thorns in it, by the
does?
way.
Oh, I'm
Oh
just
my
giving you
God.
a vampire facial.
Yeah, I thought taking the wieners out made you less angry.
Yeah.
No, well, no, they have thorns on them. Okay.
They're all spiky like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, love you. I want you to get home.
I
go home.
love
What are you
you.
going to do? You're going to go home and take a bunch of drugs and go to sleep? Or what
No,
are you
I'm not taking one more
He's already-
thing.
What are you going to
on
do
all
in the
the drugs.
morning? Don't take Benadryl in the morning.
I'm not.
You need
to get the daytime.
Also-
I have Dayquil in my
no,
bag.
the daytime Benadryl.
Well, also, my girlfriend who works in the medical industry recently told me that Benadryl has like a significant link to early Alzheimer's and dementia.
Oh, great.
So don't take the one that starts with an L, like any allergy thing that starts with like an L, that's like loratadine or something. That's the one you should get.
You should get the L one.
Yeah, it's cheaper too.
Okay. You got that?
What?
Okay.
No.
Oh my God. Okay, we should end right now.
Yeah, okay.
Just don't take Benadryl.
All right.
Especially if you're trying to stay awake.
Oh my God.
I love you.
I love you.
Love your podcast. Oh, don't be doing this to me now.
Yeah,
don't be doing. I'm ending this
I
for
love
you.
you.
It's more
I
like,
love you
more
too.
like love your shit show at this point.
No shit.
Love your podcast.
Oh, baby.
There we go.
Love you, my sweet babies. Bye.
Bye.